Sierra found the apartment one afternoon. Downtown, exposed brick, tall windows, the kind of place influencers dream about. She sent me 40 pictures in one day. Every caption said the same thing. "This is it, my perfect content space." I told her it looked amazing, but expensive. She said dreams were supposed to be expensive. The rent was $1,900 a month. The landlord wanted proof of income 3 times that. Sierra barely made $800 on a good month. She cried for 3 days when her application was denied. She stopped eating, stayed in bed, said her career would die without that apartment. I wanted to fix it. I always wanted to fix things. So I called the landlord. I offered to be her guarantor. He approved her the next morning. She cried again, this time with joy. I felt proud, like I had saved her dream. Then the bills started coming. $3,000 for the deposit. $4,000 for furniture. Pink rugs, gold lamps, velvet curtains. Everything had to fit her brand aesthetic. She called it our place, but the lease only had her name. I didn't mind. I thought love didn't need paperwork. Weekends turned into workdays. I built furniture until my hands blistered. Painted walls millennial pink because she saw it on Instagram. Installed shelves that had to be perfectly straight. Sierra didn't lift a finger. She said manual labor didn't fit her image. She filmed unboxing videos while I held the camera. She smiled at the lens, said she was building her dream life. I believed she meant our life. We filled the apartment with everything new. A coffee table from West Elm. A bed from CB2. A dining set from Pottery Barn. Each item charged to my card. Every purchase felt like love. She called me the best boyfriend ever. Said I made her feel safe and supported. I told myself it was an investment in our future. I ignored the small voice that whispered otherwise. When my friends asked, I said she was different. They called me crazy for spending so much. I laughed it off. Money comes and goes, I told them. But love is forever. Except forever doesn't last long when only one person is trying. Sierra's world revolved around followers and filters. Mine revolved around her. Every post, every outfit, every photo shoot depended on the apartment. And on me. I was the silent partner behind her success. The one paying for her spotlight. She never offered to pay me back. Never even said thank you without asking for more. "Babe, we need this mirror. Babe, this chair ruins the vibe." And every time, I swiped my card again. I called it love. But it was something else. It was the start of me disappearing into her dream. 8 months passed before anything changed. By then, I was spending most nights at her apartment. Half my clothes were in her closet. My toothbrush sat next to hers. It felt like we were already living together. So I brought it up one morning at brunch. She loved that place. Overpriced coffee. Avocado toast shaped like hearts. I waited until she smiled, then said it. "My lease ends soon. Maybe we should live together for real." Her smile vanished instantly. Her eyes went cold. "This is my apartment," she said. "My space, my brand, my energy." I laughed, thinking she was joking. She was. She said she couldn't share it. Not with anyone. Not even me. Her words hit harder than I expected. I asked what she meant. She said I didn't understand her career. That content creation required solitude and independence. That she couldn't split rent or change the decor. Everything had to stay exactly the same. I told her we already spent every night together. She said that was different. This place was her sanctuary. She needed control. I paid the bill in silence. $67. She didn't even offer to split it. The rest of the day she acted like nothing happened. But something in me shifted. It felt like a wall went up between us. That night her texts got shorter. The next day she said she was busy. By Friday, she barely responded at all. I tried calling. She declined every call. I asked if I'd done something wrong. She replied with one word. Busy. My stomach turned every time I looked at my phone. I told myself she was stressed, that it was temporary. But deep down I knew. Something was breaking. Saturday morning, I checked her Instagram. Her profile picture was gone. When I clicked her name, it said user not found. I tried TikTok. Blocked. Twitter. Blocked. Snapchat. Blocked. Every app, every platform gone. She had erased me completely. I stared at the screen, numb. 3 years together, gone with one click. I tried calling again. Straight to voicemail. I texted her one last time. Are you okay? No answer. I couldn't eat. Couldn't sleep. By evening, I convinced myself something bad happened. An accident, maybe. A hospital. Anything but this. I drove to her apartment, heart pounding. Her car was there. Lights on. Music playing inside. I knocked. No response. Laughter echoed from behind the door. I knocked again, harder. Still nothing. My hand shook as I used the key she gave me. The one for emergencies only. What I saw when I opened that door ended everything I thought was real. Sierra was on the couch when I opened the door. Not just any couch. The one I built with my own hands. The one, she said, completed her brand aesthetic. She was sitting close to a guy I'd never seen before. His arm draped casually around her shoulders. They were laughing at something on his phone. A movie scene. A meme, maybe. It didn't matter. The sound hit me like a punch. Sierra froze when she saw me. Her eyes widened. The color drained from her face. What the hell are you doing here? She yelled. My throat went dry. You blocked me everywhere, I said. I thought something happened to you. She stood up fast, voice sharp and angry. You can't just show up here uninvited. I used the key you gave me, I said quietly. For emergencies. She crossed her arms. This is not an emergency. This is stalking. The guy stood up slowly beside her. He was shorter than me, wearing gold chains and sneakers worth more than my rent. He looked me up and down. Yo, who's this? Sierra didn't answer right away. Then she said it. He's nobody. That word hit harder than a slap. 3 years together, and now I was nobody. My hands trembled. Who is he? I asked. She rolled her eyes. This is Jace. We're working on a collab. Jace smirked, like he enjoyed watching me fall apart. Thought you said you were single, he said. My stomach twisted. Sierra looked down at the floor. I realized everything. The distance. The cold texts. The sudden silence. It all made sense now. I think we need to talk, I managed to say. Alone. No, she said firmly. You need to leave. Her voice rose with each word. You don't live here. You don't pay rent. Get out. I paid for everything in this place, I said. She glared at me. That was you being supportive. That doesn't make this yours. The music kept playing behind us. Something pop and shallow, like a joke. I set the key on the counter. Here, you wanted it back. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely breathe. She grabbed the key, her face hard as stone. Now leave. I walked out slowly. The hallway lights blurred through my tears. By the time I reached my car, I couldn't hold it anymore. I sat there for an hour, crying until my chest hurt. I replayed every moment. Every smile. Every lie. The girl I loved was gone. Or maybe she was never really there. When the tears finally stopped, something inside me changed. The sadness turned cold. Sharp. Clear. If she wanted to play games, fine. But this time, I'd play smarter. I got home that night and didn't sleep. I sat on the couch staring at nothing. Her words echoed in my head. You don't live here. You don't pay rent. Except I did. I paid for everything, except her name on the lease. I opened my laptop and found the lease file. Every page. Every clause. I read it like scripture. There it was, clear as daylight. A guarantor could withdraw with written notice. 30 days warning. That was all it took. My hands stopped shaking. For the first time in weeks, I felt calm. I wrote the email carefully. Polite, professional, precise. Dear Mr. Harris, I am formally withdrawing as guarantor for the lease of 74 East Monroe, Unit 3B. Effective immediately. I understand this triggers the 30-day period for the tenant to provide a new guarantor or vacate. Thank you for your attention. Sincerely, Ethan Walker. I read it 3 times. No anger. No emotion. Just facts. Then I click send. 2:47 a.m. It felt like closing a door quietly. After that, I blocked her number. Deleted her photos. Turned off my phone. And slept better than I had in months. The next day, I cleaned the apartment top to bottom. Every trace of her went into a trash bag. The mugs she bought with my card. Gone. The framed photos. Deleted. The shirts she wore to bed. Donated. By evening, my place felt lighter. Like breathing clean air again. Monday came. The landlord processed my withdrawal. Sierra got the official notice. 30 days. Find a new guarantor or leave. That's when the chaos began. Calls from unknown numbers. 15 in 1 hour. Then emails. Hundreds of them. The first subject line screamed in all caps. What did you do? She said I was ruining her life. Said I couldn't just take her apartment away. Said she worked so hard for it. She forgot who paid for that dream. 10 minutes later, another email arrived. Full of excuses. Her parents couldn't help. Her credit was bad. She said I was making her homeless. She called me insane. I didn't reply. I saved everything into a folder labeled evidence. Screenshots. Timestamps. Receipts. Proof. It wasn't revenge. It was protection. By nightfall, the emails turned to begging. Voicemails full of fake tears. Please, Ethan, we can fix this. She said she loved me. That she missed me. That I was her home. I almost laughed. The same home she said she couldn't share. The same man she called a stalker. I didn't answer. Not once. Instead, I sat at my desk and smiled. For the first time, she couldn't control the story. This time, I held the pen. The next morning, my inbox exploded. 15 new messages in an hour. Her panic was loud even through text. You can't do this to me, she wrote. This is my apartment, my brand, my life. Then came another email 10 minutes later. Her tone changed completely. Soft, sweet, desperate. Please, Ethan, let's talk. We can fix this. I didn't reply. I added them all to the evidence folder. By evening, the guilt trips turned to anger. You're abusive, you're controlling, you're bitter. Then a message from her new boyfriend, Jace. He called me toxic. Said I'd ruined her mental health. Said he'd expose me online. To 800 followers. I almost smiled. I blocked them both. Silence never scared me anymore. 2 days later, Sierra sent a new email. Long, chaotic, demanding. She wanted to discuss what belongs to who. She said she should keep the couch, the bed, the dining set. She said they matched her brand colors. She even asked for $400 for Wi-Fi. The audacity almost made me laugh. Instead, I opened a spreadsheet. Every single item I had bought. Exact date. Exact price. Receipts attached. $9,650 total. I sent her the file with one short message. These items are my property. I will collect them Saturday between 11 and 3. Her reply arrived within minutes. You're unbelievable. How can you be this cruel? Cruel was paying for everything and being called crazy. Cruel was watching her betray me on my own couch. Saturday morning came. I brought my friend Nate from the gym. 6'4", built like a wall. We arrived right on time. Sierra and Jace were waiting at the door, blocking the entrance like guards. She was dressed perfectly. Full makeup. Maybe she thought she could charm me. Baby, please, let's talk like adults, she said. I am talking, I replied. I'm here for my things. She crossed her arms. What am I supposed to sleep on? The floor. You should have thought about that before cheating on me, I said. Her face turned red. Jay stepped forward, puffing his chest. You can't take this stuff. They were gifts. Nate stepped next to me calmly. Actually, he can, he said. We have receipts. Want to call the cops and check? Jace froze. Sierra started fake crying. I'd seen her real tears before. These weren't real. We moved everything. Couch, bed, table, curtains. 3 hours later, the apartment was almost empty. She filmed me leaving, yelling I'd regret this forever. I didn't look back. As we loaded the last box, she shouted that Jace would take care of her now. Her voice shook when she said it. Even she didn't believe it. By the time I drove away, I felt lighter. Like I'd finally ended a nightmare disguised as love. A month passed before I heard anything. Word spread fast through mutual friends. Sierra couldn't find a new guarantor. Her dad was broke after a messy divorce. Her mom's credit was ruined by debt. Jace's score was barely 400. He couldn't even get a phone plan. With no options left, she broke the lease. The landlord confirmed it in writing. She had to move out within 2 weeks. I heard she moved into Jace's mom's basement. A single room with mold on the ceiling. No kitchen. No privacy. No followers left to care. Her perfect life turned into a gray blur. Sponsors dropped her one by one. No more free products. No brand deals. Just silence. 2 months later, my phone rang. Unknown number. I hesitated but answered. Ethan, a shaky voice said. It was her. Sierra sounded small. Tired. Broken. Please, I need help, I'm begging you. How did you get this number? I asked. She sniffled. Please just listen. Jace isn't who I thought he was. She said he lost his job. She said his mom wanted them out. She said she had nothing left. No apartment. No money. No future. I just need a loan, she whispered. $5,000, please. Her voice cracked. I'll pay you back, I swear. I stayed quiet for a moment. She kept talking. I know I hurt you, I made mistakes, but I'm desperate. I asked one question. Remember telling me you didn't need me? Silence. Remember calling me controlling, abusive? More silence. I could hear her breathing through tears. You were right about everything, she said finally. I was stupid. I took a deep breath. You were cruel, I said. Now you're just facing the bill. She begged again. Please, Ethan, I'll be homeless. Actions have consequences, I said softly. Goodbye, Sierra. I hung up. Blocked the number. 3 days later, Jace messaged me on LinkedIn. Yo man, Sierra's struggling. Could you help her out? I would, but I'm between jobs. I typed back one line. I'm not funding cheaters. Then blocked him too. Weeks later, I heard they broke up. She lost her last sponsorship. He moved in with another girl. They were couch surfing, posting motivational quotes. Karma was doing its job. Meanwhile, I got a check from the landlord. $2,890. He kept a little for cleaning. I moved into a new place. Brighter. Peaceful. I met someone new. Someone independent. Someone who didn't need saving. Sometimes I think about Sierra. Not with anger. Not with love. Just nothing. That's how I know I'm free. $9,000 lost. But it wasn't wasted. It was tuition for a lesson I'll never forget. Never love someone who only values what you can give. Life felt quiet again. No chaos. No drama. Just space to breathe. I bought new furniture with my own money. Every piece felt like a symbol of freedom. No pink rugs. No influencer lights. Just calm colors and clean air. I started seeing someone new. Her name's Claire. She has her own job, her own apartment, her own mind. We take things slow. No games. No pressure. Just honesty. Sometimes we cook together on Sundays. Sometimes we don't talk at all, and it still feels peaceful. That's something Sierra never understood. Love isn't about control or appearance. It's about effort. About balance. About truth. Every now and then, Sierra's name shows up online. Another failed project. Another apology post. I don't click. I don't care. The past feels distant now. Like a movie I once watched too closely. $9,000 gone. But I call it tuition. A payment for wisdom. For self-respect. For peace. I finally learned the hardest lesson. Sometimes losing someone is exactly how you win yourself back.